I had a dream that you were mine. I've had that dream 1,000 times.
Blue 42, blue 42. Set. Brady puts his receiver in motion.
Ball on the line for Ryan and the Falcons right here.
The very best part of today is dreaming about what can happen. The very best part of yesterday is reminding yourself of all that can come true.
Pressure's on the edge. Eli Manning stays on his feet.
Stays on his feet. Airs it out down the field. It is caught by Tyree.
And Adam Vinatieri will try to win it.
Snap. Ball down. The kick is up. The kick is on its way.
On the way, and it is good. It's good. It's good.
Favre goes back to throw. Going deep.
Has a man open. Andre Rison.
Crockett giving to Allens. He has to reverse.
Yes, to reverse field. Picking up a blocker. Down to the 20. The 10.
To the ball. Touchdown Raiders.
Going long for Swan.
He's a swan.
He's got it.
One of the great catches of all time.
Never let go of yesterday. Never stop dreaming about what today can bring.
Ryan going deep. Brady looks to the end zone.
Welcome to Super Bowl Sunday on Fox.
And now welcome to the Ford Pre-Kick Show, brought to you by Ford, going further so you can. And now welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck, along with the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. You won 3 of these Super Bowls, and everybody's talking about the difference in the experience between these two sides. After tonight, no player will have ever played more Super Bowls than Tom Brady. Matt Ryan is playing in his first. You played in your first at one point in your life in '92, that season. What was it like for you taking the field that night?
Well, it's unlike any other game, and the day of the game, I was pretty calm, and throughout pregame warm-ups, I felt relaxed more so than any other game, and then the introductions occurred, and when they introduced my name, I hit the field, and it was the adrenaline and the emotion and all the pageantry of this game that took the air out of me. And it took a while. It took well into the first quarter to calm down and catch your breath. And that's going to be the challenge, really, for Matt Ryan and how he handles the emotion, but not just him. There's a lot of first- and second-year players and how they're able to control that against this veteran Patriots team.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I mean, it's such a young Atlanta team. A lot of these guys grew up watching Tom Brady and Bill Belichick operate in a Super Bowl. Let's talk about, I guess, the big matchup. It's Matt Ryan, all the weapons he has against a Bill Belichick-led defense. How do you see that playing out?
Well, if you look at Bill Belichick's history, what he wants to take away is whatever the other team does best. And what the Falcons do best is get the ball to Julio Jones. But the Falcons are accustomed to that, the double teams. But I'm looking at this game and saying, okay, Mohamed Sanu, Taylor Gabriel, Coleman, Freeman, those guys have to come up big. It's a big challenge for Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia to control this high-powered offense.
Well, both sidelines are covered. I mean, it's the Super Bowl. Let's start down with the Atlanta side. Check in with Aaron Andrews.
Thanks, Joe. Let's talk about the 2 injuries. Julio Jones, tired of talking about the turf toe. Yes, it's painful. Yes, he'll need to deal with it after the season. It won't be a factor today. Center Alex Mack encouraged with the way his left fibula felt during pregame warmups. He told me he's hoping adrenaline will take over during this game. Finally, speaking of nerves, Matt Ryan saying he's thankful the NFL told him last week he was named MVP of the season. He said it got something off of his plate. I asked him how he's holding up during pregame warmups. He said, "I'm excited. I'm just trying to breathe." Now let's send it over to the New England Patriots, where Chris Myers is standing by.
Well, Aaron, this is the healthiest team that Bill Belichick has ever brought to the Super Bowl. And as you know, this is his 7th trip. And his quarterback, 39-year-old Tom Brady, told us this week he's in the best football shape of his entire life. Brady didn't want to talk about that possible record 5th Super Bowl ring for him, but he said if it happens, it'll be pretty incredible. When I asked Bill Belichick about the Atlanta offense, if it's the best he's faced, he said without a doubt. And that's when Josh McDaniels, offensive coordinator, and Tom Brady said after practice that it's going to put more stress on the Patriot offense to get every call right at every moment, at every point in the game. So it tells you what kind of game they expect. And as Brady and the players and coaches leave this locker room and hit the field for Super Bowl 51, many of them know their lives will be changed forever. That's the story down here. Let's head back upstairs to Joe Buck.
All right, Chris and Aaron, thank Thank you very much. Well, the nerves bouncing around for everybody. Broadcasters, players, coaches, whatever. And obviously the officials as well. Carl Cheffers is our referee. It's his first ever Super Bowl. Mike Pereira, former vice president of officiating for the NFL. Now on our team, thank God. Are we in good hands with Carl Cheffers tonight?
We're in experienced hands, that's for sure. 93 total games between the seven of them. You got 64 playoff games, and 5 of them worked together in Kansas City 2 weeks ago.
Well, sometimes people say, okay, it's the Super Bowl, so just let them play, let it go. Do you believe in that?
They can't. They're going to be challenged. Troy referenced it. What is Bill Belichick going to do? They've got to get the Atlanta receivers off the line, and they got to watch for picks on both teams. If they're more than a yard downfield, they've got to be called.
All right, when we come back, it'll be a special on-field ceremony honoring some of the past NFL greats who were products of historically black colleges and universities, including our own, Michael Strahan. And now welcome back to the Ford Pre-Kick Show, going further so you can. We'll send it to the PA announcer, Alan Roach.
There was a time when we judged football players by the color of their skin before the content of their character. With 28 enshrinees at the Pro Football Hall of Fame, the pride of having played at an historically black college and university. Some by choice, many by necessity. From these schools stepped Super Bowl heroes, professional champions, Deacon, Bullet Bob, Sweetness, and many more. The thunder of their hearts carried them to acclaim. The honor of their deeds opened a nation to racial equality. As my coach Eddie Robinson said, this is America. We can be anything we want to
be. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Grambling State, the MVP of Super Bowl 22, Doug Williams. In 1949, from Grambling State, Paul Tank Younger became the first NFL player from a historically black college and university. He paved the way for these 28 enshrinees in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Our first 6 Hall of Famers are no longer with us, but left a legacy that defies time. We take this moment to pay our respects and say thank you. From Morgan State, Hall of Fame class of 1975, Roosevelt Brown. From Morgan State, Hall of Fame class of 1976, Len Ford. From Mississippi Valley State, Hall of Fame class of 1980, David Deacon Jones. From Grambling State, Hall of Fame class of 1990, Buck Buchanan. From Florida A&M, Hall of Fame class of 2009, Bob Hayes. From Jackson State, Hall of Fame class of 1993, Walter Payton. And now, please welcome from his home in Playa del Rey, California, from Grambling State, Hall of Fame class of 1981, Willie Davis. From Grambling State, Hall of Fame class of 1984, Willie Brown. From Prairie View A&M, Hall of Fame class of 1986, Ken Houston. From Morgan State, Hall of Fame class of 1986, Willie Lanier. From Southern University, Hall of Fame class of 1989, Mel Blount. From Maryland Eastern Shore, Hall of Fame class of 1989, Art Shell. From Jackson State, Hall of Fame class of 1992, Lem Barney. From Bethune-Cookman, Hall of Fame class of 1993, Larry Little. From Morgan State, Hall of Fame class of 1994, Leroy Kelly. From Grambling State, Hall of Fame class of 1996, Charlie Joyner. From Jackson State, Hall of Fame class of 2001, Jackie Slater. From Alabama A&M, Hall of Fame class of 2002, John Stallworth. From North Carolina A&T, Hall of Fame class of 2003, Elvin Bethea. From South Carolina State, Hall of Fame class of 2006, Harry Carson. From Fort Valley State, Hall of Fame class of 2006, Rayfield Wright. From Bishop, Hall of Fame class of 2008, Emmett Thomas. From Mississippi Valley State, Hall of Fame class of 2010, Jerry Rice. From Tennessee State, Hall of Fame class of 2011, Richard Dent. From Savannah State, Hall of Fame class of 2011, Shannon Sharp. From Tennessee State, Hall of Fame class of 2014, Claude Humphrey. From Southern University, Hall of Fame class of 2014, Aeneas Williams. And from Texas Southern, Hall of Fame class of 2014, Michael Strahan. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for these men who embody the spirit and legacy of America's historically black colleges and universities.
And who are some of the greatest players the NFL has ever seen. When we come back, we will introduce you to the two teams, the Atlanta Falcons, the New England Patriots, as we make our way toward kickoff in Houston.
The Ford Free Kick Show on Fox is sponsored by Ford. Going further so you can.
Welcome back to the Ford Pre-Kick Show, going further so you can.
No strangers to this spotlight. The New England Patriots have once again blazed a path to the biggest stage in sports.
Well, New England, stop me if you heard this one before. Here we are again for the 9th time. 9 times. Now that's some history right there. This wasn't supposed to happen this year of all years, but it did. The formula is pretty simple. Head down, do your job, one way, the only way, the Patriot way. A top-ranked defense that silenced doubters all season long. A methodical offense that'll pick you apart. And of course, the engineer who makes it all run. So you might want to make some space on that trophy shelf, Patriot Nation. Because the drive for 5 starts now. Here come the champions of the AFC.
The Atlanta Falcons have become a brotherhood, dazzling football fans with their own special style and flair.
All right, ATL, I feel you. There might be some history on the other sideline. But last I checked on the football field, when you line it up, history can get messed up. And this team has been in the messing you up business all season long. That's the power of a brotherhood. You go high, they go low. You cover this guy, they go to that guy. You contain this, they exploit that. Pick your poison. These guys lit up the scoreboard like a pinball machine. A defense brash and bold beyond its years. A quarterback as cool as ice. Oh yeah, try covering this guy. The man they simply call Julio. So let's go, ATL. One way to smack history in the mouth is to rise up and watch your NFC champions come out right now.
And now with both teams on the field, we'll take a break. And when we come back, Luke Bryan will sing our national anthem as we continue from Houston, Texas. And welcome back to the Ford Pre-Kick Show, going further so you can, as we rejoin PA announcer Alan Roach.
Ladies and gentlemen, in celebration of our country, signing tonight's performance is Kristen Lee Pumphrey. And singing America the Beautiful, please welcome the Schuyler Sisters from the original cast of the Tony Award-winning musical Hamilton. Jasmine Cephas Jones, Renee Elise Goldsberry, and Philippa Sue.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, my good, with brotherhood, sisterhood, from sea to shining sea, from sea to shining sea, to shining sea.
Presenting the colors this evening is a Joint Service Color Guard from the Military District of Washington. They carry our nation's flag and are flanked by the colors of each of the 5 military services, as well as drummers from the United States Army Band, Pershing's Own.
Colors! Hold! Colors, present arms!
To honor America and perform our national anthem, please welcome 4-time Entertainer of the Year, country music superstar Luke Bryan.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light. What so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tonight's flyover was courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Coin toss coming up after the break. Thank you for watching the Ford Pre-Kick Show, brought to you by Ford, going further so you can.
Please welcome to midfield the captains from the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons, and tonight's referee, Carl Shepherds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the North Tunnel and help us welcome two very special guests.
President Bush, Mrs. Bush, we're honored that you could join us for the coin toss. Captain, congratulations on earning the opportunity to play in Super Bowl 51. This is the coin that we'll be using for the toss. The Super Bowl logo is heads, the other side is tails. New England is the visiting team. Captain, what is your choice? Heads. They have chosen heads. President Bush, would you please toss the coin? It is tails. Atlanta has won the choice and elects to defer the choice to the second half. New England will receive the ball first at this end of the field. Good luck, gentlemen.
Well, an honor to have the 41st President of the United States of America with us here tonight, George H.W. Bush. Decorated Navy pilot, shot down over the Pacific during World War II. There's not a tougher man in this stadium tonight with his wife, Barbara. Back after this. There have been 50 Super Bowls. This number 51, and the Falcons in their 51st year of their franchise history will kick it away as they won the toss and they deferred. Spanish language broadcast available on Fox Deportes. We're glad you're with us, and we're going to see what Tom Brady and the offense for the New England Patriots has in store for this young but improving, rising defense for the Atlanta Falcons. And Brady, who tonight is playing in his 7th Super Bowl, the most of any player in Super Bowl history, will be gunning for a record-setting 5th win. Down by 21, back to the pick.
Yeah, you're going to see Alford deep and Edelman across the field, but he doesn't run with him. Everybody else was in man coverage, and I think Alford kind of lost sight of where Edelman went, but nevertheless, he was there. He drives on the play. And for really an offense, for both of these offenses, came into the game turning the ball over the fewest in the National Football League. 2 costly turnovers by this Patriots offense.
Starting at the 25, Tom Brady 3 for his last 8 with an interception. Handoff is to White. Tom Brady started this game 7 for 9, but as I said, 3 for 8 since with a pick. A 3-yard carry there. 2nd and 7, and we're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Patriots with the ball, 2 timeouts in their pocket. Trailing by 21 in Super Bowl 51. There isn't a more beloved young head coach in the NFL than Dan Quinn by his team. He's from Morristown, New Jersey, born in 1970, defensive coach with San Francisco, Miami, the Jets, Seattle, defensive coordinator and line coach with the Florida Gators, 2011, 2012, the defensive coordinator for the Seahawks and the championship team in 2013. They lost to the Patriots in 2014 in the Super Bowl. And look in the last 2 postseason games, what they've done in the first half between the Green Bay Packers and the championship game, and now Tom Brady and the Patriots. Patriots, who did not allow a return touchdown of any kind this season before today. An 82-yard return by Robert Alford for a pick 6 that made it 21-0. It's now 21-3. The Alfa Romeo halftime is coming up with Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy. Have highlights and analysis of this first half. And then stay tuned for music's biggest moment of the year, the Pepsi Zero Sugar Super Bowl 51 halftime show, featuring the one and only Lady Gaga. That's all coming up. And then the second half will follow. First half dominated by the Falcons, looking for their first championship in their 51-year franchise history. Lead by 18.
Welcome to the Alfa Romeo Halftime Report.
Well, the Atlanta Falcons lead Super Bowl 51 against Tom Brady and the Patriots 21-3. Only one story. This Falcons underrated defense all season long. 2 turnovers, including the 82-yard pick 6 by Robert Alford. giving Atlanta the big lead. Michael, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think the biggest surprise here has been Atlanta's defense. We were worried about these young guys not being able to keep up with the Patriots and the wrinkles that are being thrown their way. But here they are. Here's Upshaw, just overpowers the guard and sacks Tom Brady. Here we go. They do a wedge. The two guys on the outside come in. Jarrett comes around, and he is just persistent on this play. Another big sack of Brady, big mood changer on that play. And here you have Jones and Campbell. There's a drill that you do in practice. See on the Alford's interception for the touchdown, Brady was pressured it in again, had to get it out a little early.
Yeah, and I think for Atlanta, it all starts with their run game. Everything feeds off the run game. The chunk plays, Freeman showing great balance. They were running a lot of man coverage. They attacked the edges on the stretch sweep, got a crack on the one on the defensive end on the 37-yard run. He shows great patience, plants his foot, gets upfield, sets the whole thing up.
All right, we are opening up the roof, or they have actually, getting ready for Lady Gaga on the Pepsi sugar-free, zero sugar halftime show.
Welcome back to the Alfa Romeo Halftime Report.
Well, congratulations to New York Giant Eli Manning and Arizona Cardinal Larry Fitzgerald. They were honored before tonight's kickoff for sharing this season's Walter Payton Man of the Year award, which of course is named after the late great Hall of Fame running back. The award recognizes excellence on and off the field and the player, or in this case players, who've made a significant positive impact in their communities. Two good guys. Congratulations to both. All right, Terry, no team has ever come back from 21 points down to win a Super Bowl. How can the Patriots do it?
Jimmy. Well, you look at Atlanta's athletic defense. They're playing a lot of man coverage, and it's difficult for the New England receivers to get away from them. Plus, Brady doesn't have time to hold on to the football to make the connection. They've got to protect better. They've had a couple of open receivers, Terry, but he hasn't had time to hit them.
The only reason he missed Edelman was the fact he's been hit so much.
Right.
And the other thing is they're playing man coverage, just tons of man coverage and movement around. Atlanta, it's just absolutely taken. And what's going to happen now? Now Tom Brady and them will throw every down. You'll see them at their best.
Yeah, you can't run the football.
No, not at all.
But I'll tell you, from going against a Patriot team like this, a more a prolific team actually, you get confidence. You're a little intimidated, confident.
All right, it's just about time for Lady Gaga to take the field and perform at our Pepsi Zero Sugar Super Bowl halftime show. As she dropped on in to entertain the crowd here at Michael Strahan. The one thing we can say is that was at least the most acrobatic halftime performance we've seen probably since Cirque du Soleil.
Well, you knew something special was happening when they closed the roof for the game, when they opened it up for Lady Gaga. And she made a grand entrance and put on a great show. A lot of happy people here in the stadium. Nice flip, yeah.
Very acrobatic.
Next year, opening up our first show, we're going to open it up with you dropping in on some cables.
Good luck with that.
Not a problem, bub.
Hey, all right, we know how the crowd here reacted. Let's check in with Katie Nolan to see what they said on social media about it. Katie.
Guys, what an amazing halftime show that was. I'm still recovering, but the numbers are rolling in. We were getting 41,000 tweets per minute using the word Gaga. On Facebook, 396,000 people per minute were talking when she took the stage about the halftime show. You guys are talking about the mic drop, talking about the roof jump, and of course you're talking about the drones. That was an amazing halftime show that I'm gonna need some time to process, so get out of my face. Hi, Dad.
Everybody saying hi to their dad tonight. All right. The second half of Super Bowl 51 comes your way in just a moment. Lady Gaga made them open up the roof for her performance. They had it closed the first half. They've closed it again. Right now, it is closed, so that means kickoff of the second half comes your way right after this.
You're the meaning in my life. You're the inspiration. You bring feeling to my life. You're the inspiration. Wanna have you near me. I wanna have you hear me say it. No
Nobody could have predicted the score at the half. 21-3 in favor of the Atlanta Falcons. Just the second Super Bowl in franchise history, taking on the New England Patriots. As we welcome you back to Houston, Texas, you can experience the game like never before from every angle, powered by Intel. And we go back to the interception by Robert Alford.
Well, you see Robert Alford, how he's got a clear line of sight on Tom Brady and is able to undercut that throw, and just does an outstanding job of anticipating the route, jumping it, and then of course finishing it off with the touchdown.
Yeah, an 82-yard return, first return for a touchdown against the New England Patriots at any point this season. And so now we'll see what Tom Brady and the Patriots have in store here in the second half. The interesting part is, because of the way the back end of that first half unfolded, the Atlanta offense, which will start this half of the ball, hasn't been out on the field for over an hour.
And just 19 plays that the Falcons ran in the first half, which is pretty incredible, almost unheard.
New England overcame a 25-point deficit by scoring 31 unanswered points. And if there was any doubt coming into this game about Tom Brady and where he ranks, nobody's ever won more Super Bowls, nobody's ever been better. That was incredible.
Pretty amazing. And we got to sit here with a front row seat and watch it, and just an amazing game.
No coach had ever won 5 until tonight. Bill Belichick has. No quarterback had ever won 5 Super Bowls until tonight. Tom Brady has. Let's go down to Chris Myers.
We're live, Tom, on Fox. We're live. America saw the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history. I know you're talking to your former general manager, Scott Pioli, who's part of the Atlanta Falcons. Tom, can you just talk about what you were thinking and how you brought the team back when you were down 25?
You know, we all brought each other back. So we were never felt out of it. It was a tough battle. But, you know, they have a great team. I give them a lot of credit. We just made a few more plays than them.
I mean, you're fifth. They're all sweet, but this is incredible. First overtime, the way you came back. Is the most recent one the best?
They're all great. You know, I think this team resembled a lot of teams from the past that had a lot of mental toughness. Great defense. Everyone rose to the occasion in the second half and overtime.
And you said you're not motivated by the past, but a little redemption maybe in this moment for you?
This is all positive, man. This is unbelievable. I'm going to go see my family.
And I know emotional. We hope your family's doing well. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks,
congratulations.
Chris. Thank you.
All right, Super Bowl history with Tom Brady.
Chris, thank you. His mom, Galen, has been going through some health issues. He's kept those close to the vest. But what a son Tom Sr. and Galen have raised in Tom Brady, the first 5-time Super Bowl champion quarterback in the history of the NFL. The only time the Patriots were out in front in this game is when James White scored the game-winning touchdown in overtime. And now Robert Kraft and Tom Brady come together. The Ford post-game show is coming right up. But first, some of the better moments of Super Bowl 51 didn't just happen on the field. See them right now. Brought to you by Hyundai. Super Bowl that at times.
The Ford post-game show on Fox is sponsored by Ford. Going further so you can.
Moments ago, Commissioner Roger Goodell congratulating Tom Brady on his record-setting night. Time for the official presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Let's send it up to public address announcer Alan Roach.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome three-time Super Bowl champion and NFL legend Willie McGinest and the Vince Lombardi Trophy. Super Bowl champion, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and Houston native, Michael Strahan.
That's what NFL football is all about. Robert, you know how hard these are to get. And this is your fifth under your leadership, Coach Belichick and Tom Brady. What an unbelievable achievement for your organization. Congratulations to your organization, to your fans, to your community. We're so proud of you. Take your Super Bowl trophy home to New England.
Mr. Kraft, what do you got to say to all your fans out there that after the first 4 weeks of the season, your quarterback's not starting and to find yourself in the greatest Super Bowl ever played, and you're the victor?
2 years ago, we won our 4th Super Bowl down in Arizona. And I told our fans that was the sweetest one of all. But a lot has transpired during the last 2 years. And I don't think that needs any explanation. But I want to say to our fans, our brilliant coaching staff, our amazing players who are so spectacular, this is unequivocally the sweetest. And I'm proud to say, for the 5th time, we are all Patriots. And tonight, for the 5th time, the Patriots are world champions.
Thank you, Mr. Kraft. Congratulations, sir. 5 out of 7. Bill Belichick, Coach Belichick. Hop over here on this side, Coach. Well, there's so much debate about who's the greatest coach in the history of the NFL tonight that got solved. That would be you, my young man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Terry. But look, it's all about these players. We got great players. They're tough, and they compete. We thought they competed for 60 minutes, but it took more tonight. These guys competed. Down 28-3. They never looked back.
That's what I was going to say. You went in at halftime. This football game was pretty much getting out of control. Both of you tried. The opening drives didn't score. They go down and score. We got a 28-point game here, and it just looks like all the winds out of your sail. How did this team come back?
They just keep competing. We got great players, and they just compete for 60 minutes or longer.
Coach, congratulations.
Thanks,
well
sir.
deserved.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Go Pats.
Tom Brady. Well, I got the greatest coach in the NFL. Might as well have the greatest quarterback. Tom Brady. Oh, man. How good is this, boy? Huh? Here, let me hand it. No, let me. The only 4-time MVP, the only quarterback, the first quarterback to ever win 5 Super Bowls. This is not easy, Tom. Coming out in the second half, this just did not look like the same Patriot team we've seen all year. What turned it around? Was it the penalties, the holding call, the pass that was incomplete after the great catch by Jones, and all of a sudden, you go down and tie this thing up?
Well, there were a lot of plays that, Coach talks about. You never know which play it's going to be in the Super Bowl, and there was probably 30 of them tonight that if any one of those would have been different, the outcome could have been different. But I'm so proud of our guys, our coaches, the team. It's unbelievable, what these guys have accomplished all season. I'm just proud to, be a part of this great group.
Your father is here for the first time this year. Your mother, after an illness for 18 months, Galen, she's here tonight. You dedicated this game to her. She has got to be beyond herself right now.
Yeah, they're all happy. So it's nice to have everybody here, and it's going to be a great celebration tonight. So thank you to all our fans, everyone back in Boston, New England. We love you. You've been with us all year. We're bringing this sucker home.
Tom Brady. Let me bring in James Lewis. James, come on in here. For all you Patriots fans, there's always the great quarterbacks and the great coaches, but now we got us a great running back that can catch it out of the backfield, score the winning touchdown. Tell me, what was the play, when it was called, how did you feel?
It was a toss play. The offensive line did a great job blocking. Receivers did a great job blocking. I just had to run through one guy and just get the ball in the end zone. The game's on the line. Got to find a way in.
And when you saw the hole, you said, oh, my God.
Got to get in. That's what I said.
James, congratulations. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen. Houston, the Patriots have landed. Back to you, Kurt.
And so the New England Patriots Revenge Tour 2016/17 is complete. It took 51 years, but we got our first overtime ever in the Super Bowl, and it winds up in another New England championship. Back with more of the postgame from Houston right after this.
Welcome back to the Ford postgame show. Brought to you by Ford. Going further so you can.
Giving me a million reasons. Give me a million reasons. Giving me a million reasons. About a million reasons. I bow down to prayer. I try to
million reasons to think this game was over after the third quarter.
Wow.
Never before had we seen a game go to overtime in the Super Bowl. Never before had a coach won his fifth. Never before had a quarterback won his fifth. Never before had we had a four-time MVP. Never before had we seen a team come back from more than 10 points down. The Patriots bounced back from 25 points down to win the Super Bowl. This is crazy, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely insane. And I am so happy, though, for this man here. Let it out, Howie. Smile. Everybody, you don't realize how stressed he has been. And to see his son go through the journey he's gone through and end up here, and it looked very dire, my friend. We were a little scared in the back. But to come out like this, I'm happy
His
for
journey here was as improbable as the Patriots comeback. We're dumbfounded. This is amazing. I'm so happy for Chris. I'm happy for that Patriot football team. And it's the toughness that team shows coming out the second half, down 28-3 with 8:30 left in the third quarter. Nothing short of remarkable.
Can I quickly add, a guy asked me, I walked all the way down when Brady took the ball to take it down and tie it up, and he turned to me and he said, do you really think he can drive it all the way down? I said, just watch. You'll be amazed.
Well, for every great victor, there is a tough loser. And for the second time in the last 3 seasons, Dan Quinn, who used to be the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, had his heart ripped out at the end of the game by the New England Patriots. But he was still gracious enough to speak with Erin Andrews just moments ago.
Dan, you guys looked like you were well in control. What happened?
Well, for sure it hurts like hell. And I thought our guys battled hard and made plays, you know, and we know how good and what they're capable of doing. And that's why you thought this game would come down at the end, and it did. 2 good teams battling for it. So, you know, we knew what they were capable of as well.
What did they do that you guys couldn't stop?
Well, I don't know if it was one thing, you know, obviously that would have taken place, but honestly, just making plays, Aaron. That was, you know, we got to tip our hat off to them, you know. We thought it was going to be about the ball. You know, it came down at the end, and they had a turnover that was, you know, a key factor for sure. But for us, you know, it wasn't one thing, you know, we could have done to, you know, to say this one thing we would do different. But we knew it was going to be a battle, and it for sure was. It was a fantastic game. Really proud of the way our guys battled and competed.
Thank you so much for coming out. Appreciate it.
All right, you know, Jimmy, once Atlanta got that turnover, turned the ball over to New England, it looked like it just rolled downhill, and the Falcons couldn't do anything to stop it.
And, you know, that happens in a lot of ball games. When the momentum changes, all of a sudden they start pressing, and they press more and more. They took the sack. They got the holding penalty. They got out of field goal range. You know, and this has got to be disappointing, obviously. You know, it's overstated, but let me tell you what. They have an outstanding young football team. Dan Quinn is an outstanding coach. They're going to be back in this game again because, like I said, they're a very young team. They're very talented. On the other side, I said it before the game ever started, you know, Bill Belichick's the greatest coach of all time. He showed that tonight.
And Tom Brady. Talk about Tom Brady.
Well, I'm sitting there staring at Jimmy and Marv, just admiring what he's saying. But, Jimmy, I thought the turn in the game was after a great catch by Julio Jones, which was phenomenal. Yes. Then they try the pass again. They get sacked. Then they get a holding penalty. And next thing you know, they're having a punt. All they got is they're in field goal territory. Right. That's what will eat you alive this offseason.
Well, you mentioned earlier out there on the podium with Bill Belichick that you think, and Jimmy said it before the show even started, before the game started, Bill Belichick is probably the greatest coach in the history of the National Football League. He is the first coach ever to win 5 Super Bowl titles, breaking the tie he had with Chuck Noll. Our aerial coverage here in Houston tonight brought to you by Bud Light. More of the celebration for Bill Belichick and the Super Bowl champion Patriots as we continue here on Fox. Well, Howie Long's no longer with us here at the desk, and understandably so. He's down there with his son, Chris, celebrating. 4th father-son duo ever to play in and win a Super Bowl. And look, Howie's Grandpa Howie.
That's Waylon. That's the grandson, Waylon.
Waylon. Chris's son joins him right there. 24 Legacy is next right here on Fox. We will continue our Super Bowl coverage over on Fox Sports 1. Right after we are through here, we'll have players join us as well, so make sure you flip over there. But first, let's get your final thoughts, starting with you, Jimmy.
Well, you know, we talked about Super Bowl experience. Was that going to come into play? Well, I think the experience did come into play in this game because Atlanta, once things turned on them, you know, then all of a sudden they said, oh, no, what's happening? Whereas, you know, New England and Tom Brady, they've been here so many times. They were persistent. They hung in there. They still were believing that they could win this ball game.
Absolutely. And when I saw Brady up there, the first thing he said on his way up was, "I'm tired." So you deserve to be tired. And I know it's a special win for him in front of his mother, who's been battling her sickness for 18 months, the father, to have them here with his family, his kids, his wife. And then I saw Rob Ninkovich, and he said, "You know what?" I said, "That was an unbelievable comeback." And all he said, "You know why?" And he pointed to his heart. They have heart. They don't quit. And Belichick wasn't so mad at him when he gave up that touchdown. He came up and said, "I'm not so upset."
Well, what happened was you saw earlier in the game, Atlanta got the turnover to get the 14 points up earlier than the 21. Flipped that over in the second half, and then you saw the turnover by Matt Ryan, and then the quick touchdown, and then the momentum changed right there, and Atlanta started tightening up.
You know what? This was an historic night in so many ways. Our coverage will continue over on FS1, so flip over there. We'll have Patriot players join us, but right now here on Fox, it's time for 24 Legacy.